Welcome back everyone to this brand new build. Oh, we got ourselves a real one here. We are going to be doing Ed-209. Okay, as you can see here, this was a casted model. There's a lot of useless plastic here. I gotta shave off. I just use my grinder and grind that down. So it's actually probably one of the simplest builds that I could do. My customer got this as a gift many a decade ago. So it's actually a pretty old model. So thankfully it's all hollow, so it's going to be easy to put lighting in it because he wants the guns to fire. It's going to have sound effects, so we'll have lots of lights in there. Not much for lighting though, when you think about it. I'm going to check it out on the RoboCop movie again just to double sure, but there really isn't a whole lot for lighting except the guns. But I'm going to have sound effects with an Arduino of it walking and it doing its talking and firing its gun. So I'll have to build a base for it as well, for it to stand on, because that's where the power supply and the switches and all that stuff's going to go. Let's see. Okay. Okay, if the kit is able to be made posable, use like I got a heat gun. Soften up the plastics before putting them together. Okay. Coarse putty. Okay. So apparently it seems you can pose this model to a certain degree, but not really. Like for the points in here, and maybe the point up here where you can turn the head a little bit. So, but yeah, okay. I got my little thing here for cutting. I'm going to be using this. Put the primer on. Then do the final coat. There we go, just gotta let that set, and then we can put the final coat on. Okay, so you can see it's kind of a bluish haze to it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put blue on here, and then do a light coat of a light gray over top, so you can still see a bit of a blue haze coming through the paint. Alright, just gonna let that set, and then do a light coat of light gray over top. Alright, there we go. Not too bad, just gotta let that set overnight now. Looking pretty good. Okay, got that all painted up there. Just some touch-up stuff around there. Looking good. So I'm going to go by the box here. There's no actual paper instructions on the painting, so just have to go by what I see here on the box. So I'm going to work on these areas here, get the rest of the painting done there. Looking good. So these areas right in here are the struts, and they're chrome silver. So there we go, got everything all painted up. Looks really good, not bad. Okay, with it all painted up now, I'm going to get some drilling done here on the tips. So I can install the fiber optic line here. I'm going to use this .040 millimeter fiber optic line here, real thick stuff. So that's what's going to go in the tips there. Probably have the lighting right in here. The fiber optics going up to the lighting. So good. All right. Alright, so I've got the fiber optic lines. Let's get those put inside. And we got the heat shrink on here. And I'm going to use these as the guides to run the fiber optics to the tips of the lights there. I just got to get those installed. Alright, so we got that all in there. I got a 91 ohm resistor on there. Let's do a quick light test. So everything's going to be running off a 9-volt battery. Looks good. I think I'm going to use a 47 ohm resistor. I want them just a little bit brighter. Looks pretty good though. Since with the Arduino, it's going to have the flashing like the gun was flashing as it's firing. And I think that's about it for lights. Alright, so we got these elbow joints here that connect into here. So I'm going to have the lights, the wiring run through here, goes in to the main body here. I got to drill a hole there for the wiring. And it goes into here. I got to drill another hole here. Because from this point here, I got to cut that out. So this snaps into place because this is going to be movable and you'll be able to adjust it. So I got to, let's see, and then I get the hole. Goes down through here. Got to drill these out to put these in. Got to drill a small hole there for the wiring, and then it goes through here, then down here, and down through the foot here into the stand that I'm going to make for this thing. So, okay. So I just need to cut this whole section out here. Okay. Alright. Okay, so I got that in there. Just fitting for this other side here. Just cutting out the hole here the rest of the way. That will allow for this to pop in place. There, so it's posable. Good. Alright, so now just going to do the same with these. Anyway, you get the idea. I got that done now. Marry these two pieces together. Just have to make this a little bit wider for me to be able to grab the wiring. With the tweezers. Once I run them down there. I didn't really need to put a hole in that side, but so I just got to do the same thing for the sides here. For these end pieces here. I've already got these set up for here. So just need to do that for here. But I need to get enough, I need to get wire connected up to the lights here before I can actually connect these together. and we should be all right. Okay, so I got everything there. I got it where everything fits into place, but when I put the legs together and I go to put it on, this thing just falls over. It's too head heavy, so I'm gonna have to glue all the legs in the one position, so you really can't pose them. The only thing that's posable is the head and the arms here to the guns, and that's basically all that's posable. The legs themselves are just going to be stationary. So I'm going to be using the Gorilla Glue here, epoxy, to hold everything together. Normal glue on this type of plastic just will not work, so you need better stuff like this to do the job for you. Okay, so I just need to figure out how much wire I need that'll run down the arms, down the legs, down into the stand. So I just got to figure that out next. I got the lines on there. Alright, there we go. Looks good. Okay, so I got glue in there to hold these things onto the fiber optic lines, so I just gotta let that set. I just use this stuff here to glue it because it's nice and gentle, and the fiber optic line won't snap or melt or anything like that as you would get from like that kind of glue. So, alright. Okay, so now we got this ready to go. Let's see, this one with the single gun goes on this side and the double gun goes on that side. So let's get this one in here first. Alright, now that those are through there, gotta put lines down there so they come out here. So I'm just gonna pop these off on the sides here and then run the cables out, one on either side. Looks good. Alright, now I'm going to get these two pieces, part of the leg, together. So I'm going to glue this around because I don't want this to move at all. Okay, so these are set. I just gotta let the glue set for 24 hours for it to fully cure. And then let's see, these two halves will go on together like this. But I still have to drill holes in the bottom here on both feet for the wiring there that'll go down into the base. Yeah, so the wire going there, down here, through the foot, into the base, which will hook up to the switch and all that. So let's get those holes drilled in the bottom of those feet. Okay, so that arm for my Dremel is toast, so gotta do it this way. There we go, just like that. Alright, so just going to glue these foot pads on both sides there, and then these go on the very back here, like that. And that'll take care of the foot. There we go, just gonna let that set overnight. Alright, there we go. Looking good. Not bad. Holding together quite nicely. They ain't moving nowhere. Okay, last thing to do is get these legs attached to here. And gonna be gluing them as well. Okay. Okay, now to run the wire, I'm going to take this up through the hole, up here, wrap the wire around the tip, and then pull it through down the leg. And that should do the trick for that. Okay, so I got the key wire down there. Alright, there we go. Looking not too bad. Okay, just got to have the heads held up until the glue dries. Got the wires hanging out there. Just gotta let that set now. Alright, looking really good. Not bad. Okay, just gotta put the end on here. Okay, so I got that on there. It's all glued around there, but I still have the issue here. I'll have to fill that in. Okay, I got this issue here fixed. As good as I can get it here. Still a bit soft. So what I did here is I used my heat gun, softened the rubbery plastic stuff here, and then glued that down like that. Still a few more gaps. I'll just use my this tube here, the putty, fill it all in, get it all repainted and stuff, and it'll look good. Okay, not bad. Alright, I reinforced it with a bit more glue there. Looks good. I'm gonna make sure it doesn't come off. Now for the stand, I got this plexiglass here. going to use for the base. So it looks, actually the top there looks perfect for size. Looks good. Then we got this section here for the sides, and still need to make a bottom for it. That looks good. Okay, so I'm going to do the cut down the sides here for the bottom base. Alright, so we got all the pieces there now. Just got to put them all together. Alright. So I'm just going to use this weld bond here. Alright, just gotta let that set now. Alrighty, there we go. Looks good. Alright, now the next step I need to do is to find out where I need to put the holes in here to run down for the wiring. So I'll stand right about here, so it looks good. Okay, so I'm just gonna outline the foot here and then calculate where the holes are here on the bottom of the feet for the wires, drill down for the wires to run down. That'll lead to the Arduino and the power supply and all that stuff. You can see this thing has this white coating all over it. That'll be peeled off later, but for right now need it on there for this look, so I can see the trace out here. There we go, cut those. Now I'm just going to figure out the points here for the holes. Probably be right about here, so I'm just going to use my ruler and figure out what the point is where I have to drill the holes. So starting from the center of the hole to the tip up here, it's 5 centimeters. Yep, okay. There we go. That extension for my Dremel is really giving me problems. So, next best thing. There we go. Okay, so now I can peel this off and then prime it and paint it, and that'll take care of this. You can still see it's still drying under there yet, so it's gonna take a good 2 or 3, maybe more days for the glue holding this together to really set. And just gotta do the sides, and then we're good. Gonna let that set, and then I'm gonna use this camouflage gray to finish it off. Well, that's drying. Just got a little bit of detailing here to the model. Gives the model a little bit of depth to it. Looks good. It's not bad. Okay, a little bit of weathering. There we go. Looks like Ed's been around the block. A little bit dirty, scuffed up a bit. Looks good. All right. So I still gotta do a little bit of painting around the edges here. I put the putty on there. I gotta let that dry for a few hours. Then I can seal that up. Overall, looks really good. There we go. All right, looks good. So I'm just going to give it some weathering detailing on here. And we're ready to go to put that on. But one thing I need to do for this is I need to put a doweling in here on both feet that'll fit down inside the base here, and it'll help to keep this model from falling off the base, because you don't want this thing popping off in any way, shape, or form. So not too bad. Okay, add a little touches of other gray colors on there as well. Gives it this really worn down look to it. Now I need to make a couple of dowels that'll fit in the bottom of each foot here, and then I gotta figure out where to drill the holes in here. And then when I put them both down together on the inside, I'm gonna melt the doweling so that it doesn't pop off. But this is going to be a little bit different. Alright, so I got these pins here. So they'll go into the bottom of these feet here. Okay, good. Now I'm going to glue the bottom of the pads as well to the base. Right now I just want to do a test fit, see how well this is going to work. Nice. Okay. Very nice. Okay, using up the rest of the Gorilla Glue. There we go. Just gonna let that set now. I'll let it set overnight, and then one underneath with the two prongs poking out through the bottom, I'll melt those up to the top. So this will be a nice tight snug fit, and it will not pop off the base. So I'll get the nibs here, gonna melt those down. Okay, good. Now there's still points in here. Let's see, probably put the speaker over here. And then I got the switches to put in. Probably put the Arduino in here somewhere. I gotta have slats in here because I'm gonna put a bottom on here. It's just gonna be that 1/8 thick plastic bottom, so I don't want the bottom to be pushing up inside. So I put like a slat there, there, and one going this way. And that'll take care of that issue. So probably put a speaker here, and then I got the buttons on the front that will go up here. So like button, 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 speaker, button, button, button. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay, so now I got the switch here. This here for the 9-volt power source, and the 3 switches. So they go like one here, here, and here. Now normally you would just screw these in place, but this plastic is so thick it's not going to allow for it. So I'll have to Gorilla Glue those in place underneath. Okay, so switch, plunger, plunger, plunger. Probably down here would be the slide switch, and out the side would be for the power. And the speaker either here, or maybe I'll have it, the speaker like in the center here. Yeah, actually right in the center they would be better. I like that. Okay, I had a thought here. Use this size here. It's almost wider than the threads there. So I figured just drill the hole and then take this and then screw this right up directly into the hole. So I'll give that a shot. So I'll have to have the push buttons over a little bit further away from the edge. So they'll probably be over here somewhere. So I got the points there. Looks like it might work. Actually, I'm gonna go this way. Yeah, just keep going like that until it's all screwed all the way in. I think it'll work. Alright, I got those in place, but they're still pretty loose, so I will have to glue those in place underneath. Now, I'm going to put the line for the power to come out the back here, close to the edge. And the switch will go on the side over here. I want to keep the front clean. So the switch here, power out there. Yeah. Got the switch in there now. It's not too bad. Just gotta glue that in place as well. That's good. Okay. Now the speaker here will go underneath in the center here. So when all the sound effects and everything happen in this general area where you can actually hear it instead of like off to the side, having it right here is the best spot. So I just need to drill a bunch of holes in a circular pattern here so the audio comes through quite clear. So I got the center point here where I need to start the drill, and then just sort of work my way around. There we go. Not too bad. There we go. Got it all painted up there. Looks good. Not bad. Just gotta let the paint dry, do a little bit of weathering on it. Not bad. Okay, now just got to get the speaker in place there. So I want it down just a little bit. So I need to put a framework around here and then have this stuck to that. I got the framework here. I'm just gonna put these together. Just like that. Really coming along, looking good. Ran into a teeny weeny bit of an issue. My client says I got the guns backwards. The photo on here is backwards. The dual gun goes on this side and the single gun goes on this side. So had to pop those off. Thank God I didn't glue them. So now I got the proper gun on this side now, and then the dual goes on this side. So I'm just gonna redo the fiber optic lines, feed them through here, and then they'll go into here, get that glued, and then I can put this back on and the gun back on top, and that'll take care of that issue. There we go. Got the new line in there. Looks good. Just got to pop that back in there, and that side is done. And there we go. Woohoo! Not bad. And there she be. Just a little bit of extra painting I need to do for detailing and stuff, like on the sides here, and adding a few extra details. My client sent me some photos of another model, the filming model. Had a bunch of other details that this one didn't show me. So once I get that done, then whew, this thing is gonna look really good. Okay, using the photos, I got painting done. Looks good. Looks really good, not too bad. The whole system is very nice. Very nice. Okay, so now what I got here, clear piece, a couple of these sheets. I'm gonna put a nameplate right here, Ed-209, and I'm gonna have it lit up. So I got a tape here for masking. I'm gonna cut out the Ed-209 logo here and then put it on here, so
The areas where I don't want the light to come through, I'm going to silver it, prime it, and put the primary color on over top of that. And these are just going to be the edges here, because I'm going to have it where it's sitting up on an angle, and I'm going to have light on the inside to light it up, which I'll have to drill a little hole down that'll tie into the main power. So let's get that done. And just keep going like that, and then cut it out very slowly, and then put the template on that clear piece, do the painting, cut it out, we're ready to go. Alright, just got to transfer that over to this clear sheet here now. Okay, I did the masking in reverse. This is what I wanted right here. Okay, so the rest of it's get painted, and then the lights shine through, showing the numbers and the name. I'm going to leave that backing on there. It'll still light through. And then I got these made up here, so the thing will sit on an angle. Just like that. Looks good. Alright, got those on there now. Just got to take the masking off. I got 3 layers of paint, and I got primer, black, and then the final coat of paint on there. This is the light strip I'm going to be using here. So you can see I got it just the right length to fit inside. It's not too bad. Let's do a quick light test and make sure it's actually going. Yep. Good. Okay, so I got the pieces here. I'm going to get these stuck onto the back so it's kind of sitting on an angle. I'll clean that up after. Okay, looks bad. Now on the back there, I'm just going to put a thin sheet on the back of that, and that will do that. Now, in order to get this lighting system in here, I had to cut these ends really close in order to get them in between the lines here. So, okay, so on this and here, I'm just gonna have to move the edge over, these edges over a little bit, and then I can fit that on.
Okay, so I got that fitting just right. Now I'm going to coat the inside chrome silver, and then a primer on the outside, and then that color on after. So chrome silver that first. Okay, so I'm going to put the hole right there for the wiring to go down. Alright, so now we're going to get this in place there. Okay, so the name tag there fits real nice. Just gonna put the hole in there. Oh, this thing's tougher than I thought. There we go. Yeah, not too bad there. I'm just gonna put the glue on this, put it down, and go from there. Looking not too bad. Not too bad at all. Alright, well, we got the wire coming down. Now, these set of wires down here, these go to the Arduino. These ones here just go directly to the switch and the power down here. So the red one here is going to go up to the switch, and the ground feed here goes to the red here, black here. I'm going to run a line from here up to the switch, which will make a complete circuit for the signage here. Okay, there we go. Got the positive running over here. Got the other positive going down here for the power lead here. Got it all hooked up. Looks really good. Okay, time for a light test. Okay, got the 9-volt in there. Got a switch. Woohoo! Here we go. Still got to clean up all that, but once I get it clean, it'll look really good. Okay, so now on the box, the letters and everything are all red. So I'm going to use this clear red, paint that all on there, and do another light test. All right, there we go. Got it looking good, all cleaned up. Woo! Dang! Looks good. Very nice. Okay, folks, we got the programming here for the Arduino for Ed-209. So I got, looks good. My buddy helped me with it. Now, I got it on the breadboard here. I had to do some makeshift buttons. The other ones I had there weren't working right. So let's do a reset here.
Fellow executives, it gives me great pleasure to introduce you to the future of law enforcement. Ed-209.
And then we got button, what's it? Button 1.
Button 2.
Please put down your weapon. You have 20 seconds to comply.
And button 3. And there we go. All right. Seems to be working just fine. All right, so I still have to tie these buttons in here yet with the resistors and everything here. Then the programmed Arduino, I'll probably put in right around here. And then hook everything else up to it accordingly. Okay. All right. I can tie these off because they just go up to the display up here. All right. All right, now it's time to get all of this onto a board there to place in there. Got that all soldered into place. Now, all the connecting wires and everything got to go all in here. Well, except for the switches here, that's got to be done separately there. Okay, so I need these kind of resistors. 330. These are 1Ks. Let me double check that, but I think those are 1Ks. Yeah, 1K. So I got 2 of those. All right, let's get all this put together. All right, there we go. Got it all hooked in together there now. All right, there we go. One sides are all connected together and got the resistors on these other poles. So this here is going to A0 on the Arduino. Got some power lines here to go to the Arduino to power everything. So I got the speakers to hook up yet. And they go on these 2 poles here. Okay, there we go. We got everything in place here. Got the little card in there for the sounds. Everything's all put together. This thing is all glued down, so it is not going anywhere. Okay, alright. Alright, so now that that is done, I just need to create a bottom plate here to hide all of this. We don't want to see this stuff. So I just got to measure out a sheet to put on there, get it on, and that completes the model. Okay, I got that on there. I Gorilla Glued it, so I'm going to let that set for a few hours. Then paint that. And then I'm going to put this stuff on the bottom so it doesn't slip. And there we go, folks. All done.
Fellow executives, it gives me great pleasure to introduce you to the future of law enforcement. Ed-209.
Put down your weapon. You have 20 seconds to comply.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed the build. It was a lot of fun putting together for my client. Please like, subscribe, comment, don't forget to share, and click that notification bell for any future uploads. If you have any questions or you want me to do commission work for you, contact me at epic.models@gmail.com. See you all again later in the next build. Bye-bye.